So I've known Dr. Adams for about 10 years. Dr. Adams, as you know, practices in Plain City and joined Memorial Medical Group as one of our employed physicians some time ago, and he's been a great addition. He is active in the community, and he's been very instrumental in helping us grow our presence in Plain City, where we now have physical therapy lab, his office, and then we've also expanded his office with another provider. So we've got a long-standing relationship with Dr. Adams, and he's just been great to work with. A couple of things that I would say really about Dr. Adams that stand out are, one, his compassion, and then the other thing that comes to mind is his passion. When you are working with Dr. Adams, it's clear to see that he cares immensely about his patients. He goes above and beyond for his patients. If he needs to spend extra time with the patient, he does. If he needs to do something on the weekend or the evening, he does. And he is very, he's very serving to the community and to his patients. The other thing I would say is his passion for what he does. He often has a medical student with him. He helps train interns and medical students at Ohio University, the medical school there in Dublin. And I believe he would do all this for free if push came to shove. So he just really cares about what he's doing. Some of his major accomplishments in the community, I think, include, well, first, in 2016, he won both the Champion of Healthcare and Salute to Leaders Award. The Salute to Leaders is the Union County Award, and the Champion of Healthcare was the Business First Award. So he was recognized in Central Ohio for the work that he does.
I'd like to read a comment from a long-term employee and patient of Dr. Adams, Margie Henderson. She's unable to be here right now. And Margie says, she can't imagine finding a more caring, compassionate, and calming presence in a new doctor when she moves. I first met Dr. Adams 24 years ago when Robin and I were considering opening an independent pharmacy in Plain City. At the time, and for many, many years, Dr. Adams' office was open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Those were the office hours, Monday through Friday. On Thursdays, they either left at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Every Saturday, the office was open from 9 until noon. Dr. John Adams II working most of these hours. Back in the old days, Dr. Adams actually had a telephone booth at his house and a doctor's line that rang into the house, and he could go in this little telephone booth that had a seat and a little area to write down notes. I could think of no one more deserving of the Excellence in Leadership Award than Dr. John Adams II.
I've worked with Dr. Adams for 35 years. He's a very caring doctor. He always takes time to listen to as long as you need to talk. Dr. Adams takes all his own on-calls, even when he's on vacation. I cannot think of a more deserving man to get this award than him.
My name is Charles Holcomb. I'm a retired pharmacist in Plain City, live in Plain City. And my story about Dr. Adams and the tribute to him started in December of 2006. I had just retired from Walgreens and had some conversations with pharmacist Joe Kraft about possible volunteer projects in the area. And after several conversations where Dr. Adams shared with me kind of his idea about a new way to deliver health care to some of the folks in the Plain City area who were either unable to pay or had no insurance or without a job kind of thing. And so with that piece of documentation, we started a project. So once we had all those pieces committed to and volunteered to, we were ready to go. We opened our first clinic in October of 2008. The first clinic, as I recall, we had 3 patients the first day. It continued to grow. Our largest year was 2013. In that year, we did 40 medical clinics, all in Dr. Adams' office on Saturday mornings. We had 200 medical visits during that year. We put out prescription vouchers for $10,000 to help people pay for prescriptions. it's been a real blessing to all the folks that worked as volunteers, to all the patients who received care during that time. And of course, I'm sure Dr. Adams would say that was a blessing to him to be involved in all. We could not have done this, and the clinic could not have functioned without the long-term commitment of Dr. John Adams.
So I was introduced to North Union School District in the 1980s when I moved here. I actually graduated from North Union, met my wife at North Union, and we've raised 3 girls through the North Union school system as well. And so I've been very involved with the school system, and more recently involved with the administration, serving on the North Union Business Advisory Council. And that's been a real eye-opening experience to me because I've got to see how involved North Union is with the business community, how much they care about the businesses, and how they want students to grow and become great members of the community.
North Union has been involved in the community in many different ways. I know the superintendent, Rich Baird, has encouraged the teachers and the administration to be involved in several different things, but I could think of the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Every month they have a distribution center that comes out of Magnetic Springs, and I know the administrators and the teachers are all involved in distributing the food to the community. I know that they've had many fundraisers for REAP, for the Humane Society. They pull gifts together for families at Christmas time, and that's done through the schools as well to identify families that might need that kind of assistance. The school is very active in connecting with the community. The administrators, many teachers go to ball games, football games, basketball games, just to meet with the rest of the community. Now, obviously, during COVID, that didn't happen as much, but previous to that, the school was very, very involved in those types of events, and it's appreciated by the rest of the community. My favorite thing that they've done at the school is created what they call career pathways, and I believe there's 7 different pathways that you can follow, but these are different areas of study that the students can get into. My daughter, personally, she left high school with her STNA and her phlebotomy certification. So she was able to do things. She's now going to go to college and be a nurse. So she was able to come out, get some experiences in high school that during a normal high school she never would have been able to do. They have college courses that give the kids a head start when they go to college. They can have a lot of their electives already done. And it gives them a lot of advantages when they go to college. I know all of my children have taken advantage of that specific program. Their VEX program, it's the robotics. Every year they're competing in the world championships, it seems like. They've had a lot of success through that program. The FFA program is one that has had a lot of success both at state and national levels for different programs that have won awards, and just very proud of that. Richwood Bank has partnered with the schools in many different ways. The schools are our #1 coffee donation spot. When people come in to donate for our coffee drinks, North Union Schools in the Richwood office is the #1 spot that gets the donations. So the community is obviously very supportive of the schools in that way. So we enjoy, distributing those funds and working with the schools and any other programs that we can. I've been personally known to announce at volleyball and basketball games and maybe run the score clock as well. So it's been a great relationship, and I just very much appreciate the relationship with the school.
Hi, I'm Dave Laszlo, owner. Our family owns Burger King, Donato's, and I'm the founder of the Care Train of Union County. I'm here today to say something good about Sam Jackson. He dresses well. No. Sam and I go back pretty far. Sam is a wonderful person. He came on board the Care Train probably about 20 years ago, and he has just been phenomenal. He has helped us in many ways. One of the things I will tell you about Sam is I read a book a long time ago it's called I Am Third. And Sam is probably, I would say his family is first, his friends, his community is second, and he is third, and probably even fourth. But Sam is the type of guy that brings so much energy and excitement to this community, so much power, so much, just what he does for this community is just thankless. we appreciate everything he does. He's a great friend, a great mentor. We've had a lot of fun together, and I'm sure others will tell you that as well. And I just want to congratulate him on the Small Business of the Year, him and his entire family. So thank you very much.
And I'm here today to say a few kind words about a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Sam Jackson. I went to high school with Sam. Sam and I graduated from Marysville High School in 1972. Sam is one of these special men. Sam was brought up in the old school, energetic and very hard worker. Had a passion throughout high school on doing repairs to automobiles and body work and helping other people. He gives it his all. His business reflects that. You know, he's really one of those true American success stories of if you work hard and you stick with it and helping other people, you'll get to where you want to be.
Samuel Jackson. It's a famous name, very famous in Marysville and Union County, actually. As long as I've known Mr. Jackson, you can go beyond the county limits and run into somebody that knows Mr. Jackson as well. He's a very impressionable person. You meet him and you admire him. He's very humble. Sam has been a mentor to me for half the life of my business, and I've looked up to him from day one. And I'm very grateful that he has taken me into his life and allowed me to be a mentor. So I can't say enough things in these few minutes to really tell you how I feel about Sam Jackson. The entire Jackson family and what they're doing with the Jackson Auto, it's a family, it's a community, it's a foundation for all businesses. And if all of us could make the community feel the way that the Jackson family makes us feel, we would be a better place. Above all things, I want you to know that Mr. Jackson has a heart of gold, and he would do anything for anyone that asks him. I hope that someday Mr. Jackson really knows how much we all care about him. This community is lucky to have a Sam Jackson and a Sam Jackson Auto Body.